Another Southern album that we have to talk about, and a 30-year anniversary that we had to tackle.
30 years.
30 years. This album came out April 26, 1994. Known by the American hip-hop duo Outkast.
Oh, April?
Yeah, April 26th.
Man.
Hey, Big Boy, Andre 3000. Southernplayalisticadillacmuzik.
Man.
This album came out 30 years ago with the singles Players Ball, Southernplayalisticadillacmuzik, and Get Up, Get Out.
And get something. I was a month. I was a month when this came out. 94 best year in hip hop, bro. Especially like add me the cherry on top. Insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's crazy how like I fell into hip hop, bro, because when I was born, they knew that was gonna be the greatest year of hip hop, and then I was like one of the greatest humans that ever like touched the soil. So this is just crazy. So this album coming out like a month after me was born is insane. You know, that the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy, bro. Name a year better than 94. You can't.
Hip hop?
Yeah. Nothing, bro.
Dang, what came out 95?
Like 94, 88. 95 is not bad though.
I gotta think about what came out 95.
We had to look, but 94 is 94, 88.
I mean, we'll be doing 30-year anniversaries next year.
Yeah,
so.
we might have to do it, bro. We're gonna have to look at that, see the best hip hop.
Yeah.
That's
But let's go ahead and talk about this album. Obviously, there is no anticipation when it comes to this album because this album was out before I was born, a month when you was born. Yeah, that's crazy to see that this album right here is 30 years old by one of the best hip-hop duos of all time and one of the best discographies in hip-hop of all time. Their first debut album itself. And I gotta say that for me, this album isn't my favorite Outkast album. Yeah. In fact, I told you this before we started podding. This album, to me, it don't stick to me like that as well because I feel like, I'm not going to say there's a lot of personality, but it's definitely not the personality that we get from their albums that follow this. And I do give it grace because this is their first album. This is during an era where, you know, East Coast was really dominating, so... You know, what the heck is that?
No,
yeah, I don't know what that is. Yeah, that was weird. Hey, we keep it authentic. No cutting that out. But I will say that this album to me, while it does have slappers, I'm never going to say it has slappers. This is my least favorite Outkast project when it comes to their actual projects. And I mean, this album, ATLiens, Aquemini, Stankonia. I'm not counting the other two albums. But when it comes to these two, I mean, this album right here, it's not a bad effort. This is still a good album.
Oh,
a good debut album. I'm not gonna say that. To me, this album doesn't stick to me like those other three albums.
Don't stick to his ribs.
Yeah, facts. Which is why I consider this. I don't want to say worse because there's a bad negative connotation to it. But to me, it's their worst album. Yeah. Out of the first four.
And it sounds so bad. You saying worse.
Yeah, I know, but it's like not that because I'm saying like if I had to rank the four, it'd be number 4.
Yeah.
And even then, this is better than a lot of other rappers' best works. So, like I said, that's saying something still. If your worst album is still someone else's best or better than a lot of other people's best, Outkast, they're there lyrically. Yeah. The production is there as
amazing.
Well. Yeah, I really like it. I like the skits. I like the personality that they bring into when it comes to actually transitioning.
And then the southern, like the accents, just man, just the skits was dope.
Big Rube on there talking about if you think this is just about pimping and being a player, then you must be a white cracker. You must not be listening. I'm just like, oh, I like that, especially when we recently reviewed Future's Honest and Big Rube was on there speaking. So I'm just like, I don't know, it just all fits the tone right here. This is a really good album.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to get it twisted by me saying this is their worst one. This is a really, really solid project. Like, I have songs that I jam on here. So, I mean, if I go into some of my favorite songs, Ain't No Thing, especially the transition from my intro to Let You Know to Ain't No Thing, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
I like Southern Playalistic. Call the Wild, I like that. Players Ball. Get Up, Get Out. Crumbling Herb is cool. Hootie Hoo, Deep. And Players Ball Reprise. I really don't like reprises in albums, but I really enjoyed that one.
Funky Ride is like one of my, even though it's Outkast is not even on it, but I love that song. Bro.
Yeah, that song, I just enjoy all this. Yeah. The skits aren't overdone. The interludes ain't overdone. And I feel like this wasn't where Andre and Big Boy really separated themselves. But to me, my favorite out of this album is Big Boy. Because I feel like the way he flowed on this album, to me, he floated on there in terms of like the pockets that he found on these beats.
That so Aquemini, right, came out after ATLiens, right?
Yes, correct.
So I think Savannah. I think they said Savannah. What's Savannah on?
Savannah was on Aquemini, I believe.
I believe they said that song was supposed to be on Southern Playalistic. I could be wrong, but
Wait,
do you feel it when he's like, East Point is in the house.
Yeah.
And it was nothing but Big Boy on that song. Uh-huh. I'm thinking, I could be wrong, but I think Big Boy said that song was supposed to be on Southern Playalistic. But I could tell.
That song would have been.
Yeah. I think I could be wrong, but anyways, Big Boy, that song is one of my favorites on Equipment Eye. Mm-hmm. But Big Boy also my favorite on this. I feel like ATLiens is when they kind of saw that.
That's why I told you that's like the defining album.
Because you could see Andre and Big Boy, the subject matter was the same. It was pimping, you know what I'm saying? So everything was. I feel like it catered more to Big Boy with that production though. Like Big Boy voice sounded like they both dope. It's just I like Big Boy more on this, bro. I think I did as well.
Oh yeah, same. I mean, if we'll talk about Equipment and ATLiens whenever we get to those anniversary reviews, or whenever we just feel like talking about them. But yeah, to me, I feel like Big Boy was the shining star on this album. Yeah. And that's not to say like, he was lapping on 50,000. I'm not saying nothing like that. But in terms of like, I felt a great amount of personality through the way he flowed on this album. And Andre 3000, he's still doing his Andre 3000 things, especially at that young of an age where he hasn't really defined himself or had the turban yet or anything like that.
And it's just like with Big Boy also, I think, not saying like, because I know Andre has like a little bit of influence in the streets too, the stuff he used to do. But like with Big Boy actually, with kind of like a little dope boy, you know what I'm saying? He has more of that flair.
That street,
he had that more that street.
He seems as that street guy.
More street guy. So it's like, I feel like this catered to him way more. And like when he goes into the other albums, you see the
divide. Really the defining character moments for these two rappers.
And I just feel like this was just him perfectly. Like this was dope.
Like I will say, like the synergy wasn't off or anything like that. I feel like the synergy was more intact than later albums because they were still growing artists and they were still finding themselves. They were in the Dungeon Family with them and Goody Mob, and with Organized Noise, Sleepy Brown being there as well. I will say that this is a really strong debut project. Now, to me, this isn't like a Southern defined album to where it's like this is the South because it don't have that production. It has little influences here and there to help give you that, but it don't feel like a Southern album.
I think I don't know like. I think it has like a define of the South to me. I know it's before Riding Dirty, but like it's because of some the just those production that it was a funk to it to me. Something.
I will agree with that. To me, I don't know why, but songs like Players Ball to me it really gives me that Funky Ride. Obviously, some of those songs, especially with Sleepy Brown's vocals on there.
I think like I know it's like we said we like Dirty Riding Dirty is like.
To me, it's like the definitive, like when you think of a Southern album, boom, that's like highly defining Southern album.
Because like at first, a lot of Southern artists sounded like they were from the West Coast,
especially like a Ghetto Boys,
Ghetto
or
Boys.
like from the East Coast,
or whatever. The East Coast, East Coast production, and some West Coast kind of flows in a way.
Yeah, West Coast flows, old West Coast, like not Dr. Dre West Coast, like G Funk or anything like that, but kind of like how like what I don't want to say NWA, but I don't want to say
Ice Cube was doing pretty.
Yeah, exactly on America's Most Wanted. Stuff like that. Yeah. It sounded more like adjacent to that.
Yeah, but like East Coast production on some of the stuff. Like it was some guys I heard talk about the East Coast. They was actually calling like Atlanta, Houston rap Midwest music at the time, they said. And I was like, huh? But I guess because of that merge of like both sides, they wasn't calling it Southern music.
And also because they might be in the same time zone as us. Like Atlanta's in a different time zone, but Chicago's in the same time zone as us.
It's weird,
So yeah.
I don't know. It is pretty weird.
Yeah.
And I know Atlanta, like South Carolina, all of them like East, but I don't know. I love this album, bro, and I had to do a refresher in the car, and it rides smooth, bro. I felt like I was in '94.
Yeah, this actually bumps. This is one of those older albums to me that actually sounds good in the car, and that sounds good. Like you got to put it in a radio box and have it on a stereo,
have it on the boombox.
Yeah, it's like you just carry it around. Like it don't sound like one of them. Like this album to me has a smooth, funky feel to it, to where it's still so hip hop within the funky. That I mean, no, we're not going to Stankonia funky, but it still has that little funkiness that was very defining, especially for an artist like that back then. Because I don't think anyone really had a sound specifically like Outkast, but you could tell Outkast took other influences from other places itself.
And one thing I like, I mean, it was a few years back when I actually listened to like older guys that actually witnessed this album come out, and they was from the South, and they were just saying like, it was so refreshing to hear people. You got UGK, but these were some guys that actually showed their Southern roots from the accents to how they talking. Like these dudes sound like us, so they kind of like they wrap these guys around. I'm like, yo, this is us. This is the South. So just hearing them say that type of stuff, being like, dang, like that's dope. Cause like we didn't really have a space in hip hop. Even like in Texas, our artists didn't really sound like Southern artists. You know what I'm saying? Cause we didn't really have a sound for our region at the time. So I don't know. It's pretty cool.
And it was like an infant stage of hip hop. So, what big artists did we have besides Ghetto Boys and Scarface before?
And then you had like Outkast. You know, you had a little bit of 8-Ball, MJG, these guys, but like, you know, they had their own little sound as well. Mm-hmm. And then 3-6 coming up, and they had their own little horrorcore sound. Mm-hmm. Like, so I don't know, but just the South was just in a different place at the time because like we probably was listening to everything at the time. You know what I'm saying? So,
and then back then, regions weren't really a thing like they are now. Yeah. Like, I think really once Dr. Dre and all of them.
That's when East Coast people was like, oh, this that West stuff. Mm-hmm. And then when we come, we was country bumpkins, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, it was weird. Yeah. Even though we have some of the best rappers ever, you know what I'm saying, from the South. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you just go out by it, we rent. Bro, come on, bro, the South, like, it's different. Yeah. It's different, bro.
I feel like we have the best trendsetters, especially with the modern era of hip-hop.
Most definitely. Yeah, even now.
I mean,
modern, but...
Yeah.
Even back then, though, like, Outkast influenced like everybody that touch a mic right now, bro. And like not even them knowing. Like, bro, no, you got that from them, that got that from Outkast. You know what I'm saying? So come on, bro. And like, come on, one of the best storytellers come from the South, bro.
Oh my God.
You got Face Mob, you know what I mean?
Oh. But also, let's not also sleep on like the art of storytelling too, though.
The art of storytelling,
I thought you meant them at first.
Yeah,
I was like, okay,
too,
Scarface cool.
But I'm just saying, bro, this dude paint pictures, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, it's different. Like, come on, bro, he'll make you cry in a song. Like, Face is different, man. I don't know. I just love Southern music, bro. Like from like anything that comes from a Southern artist, especially like Louisiana, like R&B, like jazz, all this stuff that comes from the South. Like it's, I don't know, bro. It just, I don't know. It makes me want to eat some soul food. Like, it's just like yams, you know what I'm saying?
It feels like a nice Sunday with the family.
Yes, bro.
Like, not family as in your immediate family, like cousins coming over, like a fish fry type thing.
Yeah, it's different. Like, I love this album, bro. There's
definitely so high enjoyable moments on here.
It's so Southern to me, bro.
Yeah,
I love it.
I like this album. Like I said, it's the most forgettable. For
it just sucks that he had to say forgettable. It's the worst out of the 4. It sounds
bad.
It sounds bad.
But it's like I said, like this album is way better than some people's best. Yeah. So like I said,
it's a classic though.
Yeah,
it's a classic in my opinion. I think it's a classic. I think Outkast has 4 straight classics, bro. It could be. I think it's a classic, man. Just for like what it meant, bro.
Okay, yeah.
And just what it started.
See, that's the part I'm missing right there. Yeah. What it meant, because I'm just like, it's good. Like it's not bad at all. Yeah. Like when I say it's the worst, and this is what I mean by the worst. I have to explain this to people on Twitter sometimes. Something can be a 9.9.
Yeah.
If I say something's a 9.8. Technically, that's worse. It's still
yeah, like it technically is worse, but it just sucks because this guy he likes to say stuff like this.
Hey, I'm literal.
He's evil though. He's evil, bro.
I know there's negative connotations, but sometimes you gotta take that out. And like I said, that's why I'm trying to preface what I'm saying.
My guy, bro, he know how to like provoke like feelings from people to hatred. That's what he does, bro.
Well, I mean, I like to push myself.
He like to push those buttons.
Hey, I'm like Drake. I pushed the red
button. Bro said, yeah, Southernplayalistic, that's the worst album, man. Like,
wait, what? Oh, yeah, I mean.
Like, if you said it, like, what we was talking about, like, recently, we were talking about, you was like, yeah, I'll say this is the best, one of the best songs in J. Cole's discography albums. I'm like, bro, he didn't put out that many albums. Like, he say things, you like, hold on, beat, I don't even
it might not be much, but hey, what I'm saying is still true.
You was wild, man.
Hey, either way, overall, this project is a great project. It's it's barely under an hour. Producers on it was Organized Noise and Outkast themselves, and I really
they the aliens when they do that little greetings. Yeah, they did Deep, yeah. That's so dope.
Oh man, Deep is so good. Deep is such a good, like, especially like right next to that ending. Yeah. Like I'm thinking Deep, I'm like, oh yeah, we got a few songs after this, then Players Ball. I'm like, oh, it's over already?
Yeah.
I'm like, dang.
Yeah, that album's really good, bro.
Yeah, this album definitely rides out. I feel like there was no moment where I'm just like, dang, like this song is still going. Yeah. Like I never had that moment. Even though we're in a generation now of like the 2 to 3 minute song, barely 3 minute song. This album, I'm just hearing the flows. I hear the back and forth. I guess the thing is like these two rappers, Big Boy and Andre 3000, are just so captivating when they are rapping, when they are constructing a song. I feel like I'm always getting some different type of vibe or mood from each song itself.
Like me listening to this today in the car. And I'm just saying, like, how far they come. These young guys. I don't think they was like 19 or 18, maybe 20 in his album. And I was just driving, thinking about, R.I.P. Rico Wade, how they were just at his funeral. And I'm like, yo, they still have this brotherhood, and they still just close. It's just like, that's so dope that you can age in hip hop now, and that's where we're seeing these guys be older and grow. As like, they haven't, like, freaking Big Boy got a son in college, and like Andre as well. Like, it's just so crazy. You know what I mean?
I will say this. Shout out to Big Boy, because while Andre 3000 is considered one of the goated MCs of hip hop, I think a lot of people sleep on Big Boy. Yeah, a lot of people don't give Big Boy their credit. A lot of people like to attribute a lot of things to Outkast for 3000. And while, yes, we do need to credit him for that, we also need to put some shine and credit Big Boy, because Big Boy is no slouch when it comes to rapping, especially with the flows. Andre, killer MC, but also so is Big Boy. So I feel like Big Boy definitely needs his credit, and he does need his shine, because I feel like not enough people actually talk about Big Boy when they talk about great Southern MCs. They always want to bring out Andre, and that's the it for the conversation. Yeah, I'm like, dog, put Big Boy in there too.
Big Boy top 10, man. When it comes to Southern MCs, man.
Okay.
I say so.
Okay.
Oh, when it comes to like actual he's what, top 80?
I say top 50.
You like 50?
I put him.
One day we did that. What the old list we did?
Oh,
yeah.
Big Boy's in there though. He's top 50 for sure though.
Man, Big Boy, man, dope, bro. You was dope on this album, bro. For real.
That's what I think. Big Boy's a shining star on this album.
Yeah, bro. He was.
But hey, Andre, next album. Hey, I'm like, all right, y'all each giving each other a run for their money.
Hey, they was
I cannot
wait
to do the anniversary review for that.
ATA. That's your favorite, right? That's your
behind Stankonia.
Oh, Stankonia.
But in terms of like the two goated ones, like the most goated ones, this one's my favorite. Yeah. But I know that Equipment is better.
Yeah,
I know Equipment is better, but ATA, just the sound that it goes for. Oh my god, I love ATA.
Now ATA is amazing.
Yeah,
that used to be my favorite. To like Equipment, I just sat with Equipment longer, bro. And like, oh my god, like Spodioti, I just love that song, bro. I could actually just play that song, bro. Like, I don't know why. Every time I like, oh, y'all finna play Equipment, I hit that song every time first for some reason, bro. I don't know why. Even though that intro, the Equipment, the title track. Oh my god, that album's amazing, bro.
I don't know. It's just like
I put that album against anything, bro. I swear, bro. Equipment, yes.
Yeah.
I put that album against anything, bro. I don't care, bro. You could throw Ready to Die at it, Illmatic, and those are my favorite. I love them albums. Equipment is up there, bro. I love that album. I put it up there with About Beautiful Talk Twisted Fantasy. And I love that album as well. Equipment is amazing, bro. I don't care, bro. That album is stupid.
That's definitely one of them.
We might have to do album battles, bro. We might have to do album battles, bro.
I'm thinking, because I love both.
Oh, Criminal is amazing, bro.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, that album is so
good. It is.
So
that's why I can't say nothing bad about it. I can't say nothing bad about that or ATL. The only bad thing I can say about ATLs is that it might be too spacey and it might be too low tempo for a lot of people. That's the only thing I can say. It could be dull for some people. Yeah. But in terms of like where it was at in hip hop, for Southern production, also for them as their sophomore album, where they both elevated, and to me it gives their voice a bit more time to shine, to where they not out rapping the beat, but the beats also aren't too complex or overly produced to where it overshines the actual rappers themselves. I love it.
I never forget me hearing like Elevators as a young guy, being like a kid, and being like, how are they me and you? Like, how is this rhyming, bro?
The pockets.
Like, come on, bro. It just
like
bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That beat is insane, bro. Like, oh my god, like Outkast is just amazing. Oh man, they just amazing, and the name is so perfect because at the time they was technically Outkast, like, and then as they they grow, they became more Outkast in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
but they was the biggest.
But they was like the biggest, bro. They was
biggest inspiration, trendsetters, influence, impact. Outkast.
We might have to just do an appreciation of Outkast one day, bro. Just. Oh, man, they mean so much.
Yeah.
But yeah. It became an Outkast appreciation video just talking about this album. Yeah. Like, bro, just they mean so much.
Anytime I get a chance to talk about Outkast, I'm not too mad at
it. Oh my god.
I'm not too mad at that.
And I remember being like a kid, liking some of their songs, but like not really being like, oh man, I love Outkast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what really made me just super love like Outkast, bro? It was in like 2009, right? Even though I was listening to him before, but like, I don't know, it made me go back. 2009, when Greenlight came on, and John Legend and Andre 3000, and he was just out there killing it, bro. I was like, oh my god. I was like, man. I remember my dad. I remember in the car with my dad, and he was like, man, y'all don't mess with Dre like that. I'm like, yeah, we like Outkast, but like, bro, I just like he actually like really rap. Like, I feel like when I became a freshman in high school, I kind of like got that. Oh, yo, he rapping. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that click to me. Like, I was listening to like some lyrical miracles. I didn't understand other stuff. I was just trying to be different. Be honest with you. I was just trying to be different from people. But I was like, yo, this funny. Like, this dope. I like this. So I just started going back and like, it's just some points in your life and you just hit things and you're like, I understand this. Like, this is dope. Him took him a while, but
it does, still does. Either way, though, hey, Outkast. I mean, Stankonia was the album that I came on to.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think I was like in middle school when I heard Stankonia. Where I heard it in full. Obviously, the hits was on the radio. Yeah. So when I heard the album in full, I was like, ooh, I like this. Yeah. I'm like, it's so different.
Come on, we all I'm fresh and so clean.
Oh, that's my favorite Outkast song. Oh, that's my favorite Outkast.
I told you, like, the other day when last time we did the pod, I drove off listening to Stankonia, the album. That's why I told you I re-listened to it.
Stankonia is just so, Stankonia, I love it. But today's not the video for that. But that's about it for this review because, I mean, we only have good things to say about this album.
Yeah, for real.
Like, there's nothing bad about this album. When I say it's the worst, like I said, that's like a 9.8 versus the 9.9. Yes, the 9.8 grade is worse, but it's really basically right up there. So, yeah. Overall, if you have not already, check out this album. Yeah. And also just listen to the whole discography up to before the Love Below and Speaker Box. While that album itself is good, and my boy Rocky from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, he referenced Outkast in that manga in that part. Just listen to everything before that.
All you young guys, man, check it out. I've been noticing a lot of young guys that tune into the podcast or like comment on the shorts. Or even on Twitter, I'll be seeing like young dudes like actually like, oh, this is my first time playing this album. I'll be like, how old are you? You know what I'm saying? So, man, check out these albums, man. Go back, man. I'm telling you, I did it. We both did it. Like, it's good to go back and know things in the history of hip hop and anything. It's just sometimes you want to know their root of like where did this come from? You know what I'm saying? So, come on, man, go back and don't just be a prisoner of like your moment of like what you in right now.
And don't let everybody overhype Andre 3000 you because Big Boy is definitely no slouch when it comes to his abilities.
Yeah, bro, he's gonna stand out a lot more at some point. So
yeah, like, I mean, I'm cooler than the Polar Bear's toenails. Oh heck yeah!
Come on, bro. And I told you he had the best verse on International Players in my bro. Yeah. Any many decisions. Well,
see, I like Bun B, but then I like Pimp C, and I'm just like,
no, the whole album is just perfect. Yeah, the whole song is just perfect. But Big Boy is any decisions. This is my pick for my selection. Come on, bro.
Oh my god,
he was going on, bro. But snipping is something I don't do.
To the life,
bro. I love that, bro.
Oh man, that album was so good. But yeah,
gotta play that in the wedding, dude.
Facts.
I'm gonna come out to it. I texted. I typed a text to a girl.
Oh, but.